National Electrical Code Article 314.20 covers junction boxes, conduit bodies, and fittings. Section specifically addresses accessibility. It states that junction boxes, conduit bodies, and fittings must be accessible after installation. This means you can't simply bury a junction box behind drywall or other finished surfaces without a way to get to it later for inspection, maintenance, or repairs. The reason for this requirement is safety and practicality. Firstly, electrical connections can loosen or corrode over time, potentially leading to arcing, overheating, or even fires. If a junction box is concealed, these problems may go unnoticed until significant damage has occurred. Secondly, if a circuit needs to be modified or expanded, accessing the junction box becomes a major issue if it's hidden. You might have to tear down walls or ceilings to reach it, which is costly and disruptive. Thirdly, electrical codes are designed to protect people and property. Requiring accessible junction boxes allows electricians and inspectors to verify that the wiring is safe and up to code. Now, there's an exception to this rule. Junction boxes, conduit bodies, and fittings are permitted to be installed behind panels if access is provided. This means that if you have a removable panel that allows you to reach the junction box without damaging the surrounding structure, it's acceptable to conceal the box behind the panel. The panel must be readily accessible and clearly marked to indicate the presence of the electrical components behind it. Some examples of situations where this exception might apply include access panels and suspended ceilings, removable panels in walls, or dedicated electrical access doors. It's crucial to ensure that the panel is large enough to allow for safe and convenient access to the junction box. Furthermore, the panel should be securely fastened to prevent accidental opening or unauthorized access. When installing junction boxes, always follow the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes. If you are not familiar with electrical work, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job. Trying to do electrical work yourself without the proper training and experience can be dangerous and could result in serious injury or property damage. Make sure to use the correct type of junction box for the application. There are different types of junction boxes designed for different environments, such as wet locations or hazardous locations. Use the appropriate fittings and connectors to ensure a secure and watertight connection. When making connections inside the junction box, use wire connectors that are approved for the size and type of wire being used. Make sure the connections are tight and secure to prevent loose wires, which can cause arcing and overheating. Always ground the junction box to the building's grounding system. This helps to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. Label all circuits and wires clearly inside the junction box. This will make it easier to identify and troubleshoot circuits in the future. Keep the junction box clean and free of debris. Dust, dirt, and moisture can accumulate inside the box and cause corrosion or other problems. Regularly inspect junction boxes for any signs of damage, such as cracks, corrosion, or loose wires. If you find any problems, repair them immediately. Remember, electrical safety is paramount. By following the National Electrical Code and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home or business. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical work. They can provide you with expert advice and guidance to ensure that your electrical system is safe and up to code. Proper installation and maintenance of electrical junction boxes are essential for electrical safety. Concealing them behind sheetrock without proper access violates the National Electrical Code and can create significant hazards. Always ensure that junction boxes are accessible for inspection, maintenance, and repairs, or that they are installed behind approved access panels. Doing so will help to protect your property and ensure the safety of yourself and others. When working with electrical systems, it is always important to turn off the power to the circuit before beginning any work. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Test the circuit with a voltage tester to ensure that the power is off before touching any wires or components. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and insulated gloves. This will help to protect you from electrical hazards. Never work on electrical systems when you are tired or distracted. It is important to be alert and focused when working with electricity. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the training and experience to do the job safely and correctly. Always follow the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes. These codes are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. When installing electrical wiring, use the correct size and type of wire for the application. Using the wrong size or type of wire can cause overheating and fires. Make sure that all electrical connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause arcing and overheating. Protect electrical wiring from damage. Run wiring through conduit or other protective materials to prevent it from being damaged by physical contact. Keep electrical wiring away from water and other liquids. Water can conduct electricity and cause electrical shock. Do not overload electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause overheating and fires. Use surge protectors to protect electronic equipment from power surges. Power surges can damage or destroy electronic equipment. Have your electrical system inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. This will help to identify any potential problems before they become serious. If you smell burning plastic or see smoke coming from an electrical outlet, turn off the power to the circuit immediately and call a qualified electrician. These are signs of a potential electrical fire. By following these safety tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home or business. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Additionally, consider the environment in which the junction box is installed. If it is in a damp or wet location, use a waterproof junction box and fittings. This will help to prevent corrosion and electrical shock. If the junction box is in a hazardous location such as an area with flammable materials, use an explosion-proof junction box and fittings. This will help to prevent explosions in the event of an electrical spark. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest changes. You can purchase a copy of the National Electrical Code from the National Fire Protection Association or from other online retailers. You can also find information about the National Electrical Code on the National Fire Protection Association website. In addition to the National Electrical Code, there may be local electrical codes that you must follow. Check with your local building department to find out what the local electrical codes are. The local electrical codes may be more stringent than the National Electrical Code. Always follow the most stringent electrical codes. When working with electrical systems, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards. Electrical shock, electrocution, and electrical fires are all potential hazards. Take the necessary precautions to protect yourself from these hazards. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the training and experience to do the job safely and correctly. Always remember that safety is the most important thing when working with electrical systems. By following the National Electrical Code, local electrical codes, and the safety tips outlined above, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home or business. Furthermore, ensure proper wire management within the junction box. Wires should be neatly arranged and secured to prevent them from becoming tangled or damaged. Use wire ties or other means to bundle the wires together and keep them organized. Do not overcrowd the junction box. If there are too many wires or components in the box, it can be difficult to work on and can increase the risk of electrical problems. If you need more space, install a larger junction box. When replacing a junction box, use a box that is the same size or larger than the original box. Do not use a smaller box, as this could create a fire hazard. Before installing a junction box, inspect it for any signs of damage such as cracks, dents, or corrosion. If the box is damaged, do not use it. Replace it with a new box. When installing a junction box, make sure that it is securely mounted to a stable surface. The box should not be able to move or vibrate. Use screws, bolts, or other fasteners to secure the box to the surface. When running wires into a junction box, use the correct type of cable clamps or connectors. The cable clamps or connectors should be sized to fit the cable that is being used. Tighten the cable clamps or connectors securely to prevent the wires from pulling out of the box. Do not over-tighten the cable clamps or connectors, as this could damage the wires. When making connections inside a junction box, use wire connectors that are approved for the size and type of wire being used. The wire connectors should be properly installed and tightened to ensure a secure connection. Do not use electrical tape to make connections inside a junction box. Electrical tape is not a reliable way to make electrical connections. Always use wire connectors. After making all of the connections inside a junction box, inspect the connections to make sure that they are secure. Pull on the wires gently to make sure that they are not loose. If any of the connections are loose, tighten them. Before closing up a junction box, make sure that there are no exposed wires. All wires should be covered with insulation. If there are any exposed wires, cover them with electrical tape or wire connectors. When closing up a junction box, make sure that the cover is securely fastened. The cover should fit tightly against the box to prevent dust, dirt, and moisture from entering the box. After closing up a junction box, label the box with the circuit number or other identifying information. This will help to make it easier to identify the box in the future. Regularly inspect junction boxes for any signs of damage, such as cracks, corrosion, or loose wires. If you find any problems, repair them immediately. Do not ignore problems with electrical junction boxes. Small problems can quickly become big problems if they are not addressed. If you are not comfortable working with electrical junction boxes, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the training and experience to do the job safely and correctly. Always remember that electrical safety is the most important thing when working with electrical systems. By following these safety tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home or business. Understanding and adhering to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 314.20 regarding the accessibility of junction boxes, is critical for ensuring electrical safety and compliance. The information presented emphasizes the importance of accessible electrical connections and the potential hazards associated with concealed or improperly installed junction boxes. By following the guidelines and recommendations outlined, individuals can mitigate risks and maintain a safe electrical system.